Oh, hello guys. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little bit since the videos were more consistent. If I look like I'm tired, it's because I am. My baby is now almost 9 weeks old, and I'm feeling that. Before we get into this video, top 25 free agents, where I think they will go, just want to remind you of a couple things. One, I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. It would mean a whole lot to me if you hit a little button. We're going to have a bunch more videos coming out, especially over the next month or two, with 2025 getting a big revamp in a lot of different ways. Also, comment on the video with today's baked good, which I am bringing back, and it is Stroop waffles. If you don't know what that is, you should look it up. And if you have never had one, you need to have one. Also, Mayday Monday will be taking a short hiatus in December in preparation for a relaunch in my new studio in January. Very excited about that. And there's a couple other announcements that are going to be made around that time that are related. So super duper excited, but can't say exactly what that's going to be until it happens. Anyway, let's just get into the video, and just want to keep you updated on everything. So without further ado, enjoy. These are Jim Bowden's picks, okay? These right here are his predictions. So these are not my predictions. These are his predictions. I'm going to create a space here, and I'm going to write where I think they're going to go. Where does Juan Soto end up? A New York Met.
The Yankees lose.
Trevor, no! Waiting for it. Here's quickly my thinking here. Something changed on Sunday when I asked Tisa Tashar, she writes for Fox, was talking about the sentiment around Soto and what it was like for him to be in the clubhouse. I thought he was much more like one of the boys in the Yankees clubhouse, though he was like, there was no issues. But like, there's a difference between like, I never want to leave this place to, you know, we don't really know where you're going to be later. And it felt like he maybe kept things at arm's length. That is from a source. I had not heard that before. There was nothing crazy, nothing glaring. It's just like, you didn't get the warmest feeling ever. It didn't feel like he was like, you know, he wasn't living with anybody. So I think Uncle Steve is just I think he's gonna swoop him. I think the Mets are gonna give him more money, and I think he's gonna want to see something new. As a Yankees fan, I hope you were wrong like you were about the World Series. I predicted the Yankees 1-7. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, never mind. What you said makes sense. What I'm saying doesn't. Can we rewind?
Yankees lose.
Corbin Burns, let's move it on. We hear the Dodgers and we hear the Orioles. I think he goes back to the Orioles because the Orioles have money. They are a big market, and they are in talks with, they're not associated with anybody else right now. I think he goes back. I think he's going to be the starting pitcher they need, and I don't think he's going to be as expensive as a lot of people are assuming. And they don't have to get rid of any of their prized left-handed, blonde, long hair, mustachioed prospects. So they'll appreciate. I think Elias will appreciate that. Roki Sasaki, probably the Red Sox. I feel really strongly about that, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm just gonna put it out there because you know what predicting things is pointless. Hey, won't opt out. Brr. We can get him off that list. Max Fried, 6 years, 174. I think that's a great call on the money. I think Max Fried goes to Cubs. And I think he goes back together with his buddy Dansby Swanson, simply because the Cubs have a little money. They're a big market, and he would be great there. And I think he's more affordable. This is more like of a Cubs type of deal. Now, could he take a little team-friendly guy to go to the Dodgers and join his buddies? Sure. Is that what he really wants to do? I don't know. I think Fried wants to go home. I can say this from experience, guys. Everyone wants to go home. Padres drafted Fried originally. Did they not? I don't know, but probably. That wouldn't surprise me. Fine. It's kind of hard to shrug this off. I don't think the Padres want to spend that amount of money yet. But it's still a possibility they could surprise me, and I don't know everything that's happening all the time. Pete Alonso. So let's say if this happens, Juan Soto signs with the New York Mets, Pete Alonso's a New York Yankee. Because I know for a fact that he loves New York City. Pete as a Yankee is nothing short of blasphemy. I agree. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. All right, Alex Bregman. He's asked for a lot of money. This one's going to be interesting. I think Alex Bregman is a sign into spring training type guy. The Mariners make sense. He could fit really well there. Obviously, like the Diamondbacks would be a good fit. I think Alex Bregman would be a great sign for the Mets. Actually, if the Mets don't get Soto, I think they should get Bregman. I think the Blue Jays, good call. But remember, we're doing this based on, basically we're going in order, and that's not how it's going to happen. So I'll say the Blue Jays, and then I would say or Yankees following, and that's just dependent on what those two teams sign. But I think that Bregman could be the big sign for the Blue Jays because now you have someone to protect Vladdy a little bit better. Now we take a little pressure off Bo. That could make a huge difference. But if the Yankees don't sign Soto or Pete, then I'd say he's a good pickup for them too. So Blake Snell is the best in Red Sox. I think Blake's their big guy. He'll sign a bigger deal than he did with the Giants. I think in my heart of hearts that Blake Snell was nothing to do with playing for the New York Yankees. So you can blame Hal for that one. Freddie Peralta. It's Freddie. They exercised their option. So Anthony Santander. This one's interesting. Okay, so Anthony Santander. Let's talk about him a little bit. What he hit 43 homers last year. Guy can hit. He's a switch piece. He plays outfield. It's fine. It's kind of like having Yordan Alvarez out there a little bit. Probably DH. So somewhere he can go split time with some DH, hit from both sides of the plate, and go outfield, infield. Kind of like maybe Tigers might be okay, but they have a lot of outfielders, I feel like. I think the Orioles are out. So an Anthony Santander 7-year of $150 million, which is interesting to me. I think that's a little high just because he's going to profile more as a DH. The Red Sox feel strong to me. The Blue Jays are an option. And I think that it depends on, obviously the other moving pieces. Now, Willie Adames, probably the best middle infielder available. I think Willie Adames is a Dodger. I think he's the guy they sign. I think he's their prize. I think he's the guy they do this year. I also think Adames to the Braves is another good call. They are missing a shortstop to be their long-term value. He'd be a good addition. Ooh, Ha-Seong Kim's a good call. So I'm going to throw him in here right now. I'm just throwing him in there as an afterthought. We got Ozuna's going to the Braves. We know that. Christian Walker. This is interesting. Christian Walker to the Yankees. That's right up their alley as well. I think Christian Walker is an Astro. Fitz, but Bozy said he wants a shortstop. You know what? I'm changing this. I think this is going to be SF. I think you're right. I think Willie Adames. We're hot routing. I forgot. We have Buster Posey. It's not Farhan anymore. Belly stayed. Okay, Belly stayed. I knew that. I'm a pro, guys. I'm a media member. Okay, I know these things. Shane Bieber. Y'all ready for this? Shane Bieber, I think, goes and signs a 1-year deal with incentives, or maybe a 3-year deal with like options between each deal, or the Texas Rangers. If you can't see Bieber to the Rangers, I don't know what to tell you. He's got Rangers written all over. The Rangers are losing Scherzer, so I think that's going to happen. Okay, Sean Manaea. This one's crazy to me. Bowden mentioned the Twins in his list. Twins ain't signing Manaea. He is at his peak value right now. They never do that. They're never going to do that. I think Manaea goes to a contender. Weirdly, you think Manaea wants to go back to the Mets? I do too. But I think if they'll let him go if they get Soto. So okay, let's say he doesn't go to the Mets. I do get that vibe. It does seem like he's beloved there, and there's a loyalty thing that happens, and that's good. I think that's great. If they don't get him though, if the Mets go in another direction and something just happens, he could this could be no, the Cards aren't going to do anything. I think the Orioles might be a good pickup for him, but let's just say he's going to go back to the Mets.
Let's say he doesn't go to the Mets.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Could I see Burns on the Mets and Manaea on the Orioles? Yeah, I think it flip-flop him. I think the Mets should be in on everybody. Jack Flaherty. Still only 29 somehow. I think Jack Flaherty signs. No, that was a joke. I don't think he does.
Got him!
I think the Mets are a unique opportunity for him too. If they could go grab 2 guys, the Tigers, going back to the Tigers makes a lot of sense to me. I know he enjoyed it there, and they played really well down the stretch. That's exciting. Sagano, I'm just going to guess a team, Rangers, because I think the Rangers are going to do something. They did nothing last year. Waka's back with the Royals. I knew that, which is great for them. I think that's a great job. Nathan Eovaldi, Padres. Nice pickup for them, because I think the Padres want to do stuff like this. 2 years, 40. I don't think they want to blow a bunch of money. Teoscar Hernandez, Dodgers. He's going back. I think he wants to make that happen no matter what. Walker Buehler. I don't want him to go to the Dodgers. He probably will, because they all go back. No one ever wants to leave that place. But I think the Barvs get him. The Barvs, dude. Why do I think Walker's going to the Braves? Just because. Also, Georgia. He went to Vandy. So the fact that Tanner Scott's number 23 on here and he had a 4 WAR as a reliever is a joke. I'm trying to think of who, like Tanner Scott would be huge for the Braves. I think the Red Sox are going to make a couple savvy moves. I think getting a reliever is going to be big for them. I could see Tanner Scott going to the Yankees. I could see Tanner Scott going back to the Padres. Let's do a wild card here. Let's go with Buster Posey making this happen. Let's just go with Giants. I think Profar, I think he would like to go back to the Pods. I think the other guys are dependent. 3 years, $44 million. He's gonna command more than that probably. Profar's probably not gonna put up a season like he did. So This might be a Yankee. This could be, he could go back to San Diego. I think it's most likely he goes to San Diego. But like, I don't know, the Tigers could sneak in because they usually have some money. Yeah, I just think this is Padres because I think the Padres are going to do a lot of these little things. And then, back to the Mariners, baby. And they're just going to try to do the same shit. Guys, Gino's in a good spot. Trevor May is no longer in the league.
What people aren't willing to talk about.
And this one is over.
And that's where I think the top 25 will go. Remember, guys, a lot of this stuff is based on absolutely nothing. But some of it's based on some stuff.